Chris Irving from Knoxville, Tennessee, coming at you. So first off, I got another request for another show. 10 years old. My parents bought me a pawn shop guitar and a pawn shop amp, and I played that thing until my fingers bled. But I always played the bass lines. I never played the rhythm guitar lines. I was always a bass player. So when I got old enough, all the bands around needed bass players. So I bought a bass and I played 6 hours a day until I learned how to read music. I learned how to have a good stage presence. And there's a state called flow state. If you can get in flow state, everything just disappears but the music. And that's where I was at. I would get on stage and I would be in total flow. And it was beautiful. My migraines went away when I was on stage because it was such an outlet such an expression of outlet that I was able to. So then I joined my local band. It was me and 3 other guys. We were playing just emo punk rock, just da na 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 na. And I was like, man, this is too easy. I want to play real metal. I want to play something that's difficult. And my band was like, nah, man, we're doing really well with this pop punk stuff. Whoa, gotta get my kratom. So we put out an album, or 7-inch, a demo kind of, and it went crazy. It was on Boxcar Records out of Gainesville, Florida, and it went crazy. We were like, whoa, this is cool. We're in a real band. We toured up and down the East Coast. And I was what you call straight edge, which meant I didn't do drugs, I didn't drink, I didn't have immoral and illicit sex. I was straight edge. I was vegan. I was everything anti-establishment. I mean, I did not want to fuck with any kind of drugs, alcohol, because I thought it would make me weak. And in order to be straight edge, you have to have at least 3 straight edge tattoos. Kind of a dumb rule, but it was a vow of permanence, that, because if you're not straight edge now, you never were. And that's a statement that really pissed a lot of people off, because there were a lot of my friends who were straight edge and then who started drinking because they turned 21. So I say, you guys were never straight edge, because if you were straight edge, you would still be straight edge now. And I lost a lot of friends over that, because it really hurt my feelings when my friends sold out straight edge, because it meant so much to me. Fast forward to 31 years old, and I moved to Gainesville, Florida to go to University of Florida. I got accepted into UF, woohoo, and immediately got into a metal band. Well, it was a metal hardcore band, so it was a metalcore band. And it was badass. We put out a demo on a 7-inch, and that shit blew up. We got signed onto a major label on Sony, and we toured not only the United States, but we toured Europe. Our biggest show was Hellfest in New York City, not New York City, in upstate New York, and there was at least 2,000 kids there, and it was, I hate saying this word, but it was the bomb. I mean, we were all 5 in our flow state, and by that point I was the only one in the band straight edge, so everybody's getting beer on stage and I'm drinking water. And I took a lot of flack for that, because people who drink want to be around other people who drink. People who do drugs want other people to do drugs with them. But I stayed straight edge. Fast forward another 10 years, my wife was tired of me being out of the country, out of the state, out in the studio all the time. So she was like, yo, Chris, it's either me or the band. I'm moving into New Jersey, where my family's from, and joining my father's business. Unless you leave the band, you can come with me. And the band was my whole life. It was everything to me. I mean, it meant everything. I loved my 5 brothers in the band like I loved as much as I loved my wife and my dogs. And So I made the wrong decision because we were married for 15 years already, and I was like, I'm not gonna throw 15 years of my life away for a band, which I should have, because as soon as I quit the band sucked. They all broke up. Each one, because I was the older guy in the band, so I was the one that kept everything tight and together. I was a psychologist, and I helped book the shows. I helped sell the merch, and we were very popular. I mean, nothing that you probably would have heard of because it was an obscure metalcore band called Red Roses for a Blue Lady. And if you Google it, you got to put Eulogy Records because that's the label it was on. Eulogy was our first label. They sold to Sony, and we ended up on Sony Records making $0. I think the most we ever made was $400. But I was really good. I practiced my bass more than I practiced anything else in the world. And this was pre-kratom, so I didn't do any drugs. I didn't drink. I was vegan. I weighed about 175 pounds. I was in great fighting shape, and the band blew up. We opened for bands like Sepultura. My ultimate dream was to open for Slayer because to me that was the ultimate band, another metalcore band, and it never happened. We did play Ozfest, or we did play Warped Tour, which was pretty cool. It introduced us to a lot of kids that normally we wouldn't have played to. And then, after I quit, the band broke up, and the guitar player turned into a country singer and a country guitar player. Did it really well. He's the best guitar player I had ever played with. And now the band got back together, and they are still in Europe. They're touring Prague, Germany, England, and all this stuff, and I'm missing it because when I moved to the Bible Belt, I had this massive stroke that wiped me out. Maybe there'll be another story time, my stroke. And this is a picture of me and Kyle on stage together. This is my brother. I loved Kyle like a brother. I still love Kyle like a brother. He has a new baby now named Hopper, and or Hooper. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him in like 10 years. But that's where I get all my tattoos from, is Gainesville, because all my best friends live in Gainesville, and if you weren't in a band, you were my friend. If you weren't in a band, you were a tattoo artist. So my friends are all tattoo artists or in bands, and I'm telling you something right now about switching back to kratom. I am feeling so awesome because of kratom. I mean, I had a migraine. I drank a shitload of kratom, and today I mixed red and green together, and it's the perfect combination. It gives me energy. It puts me in a really good mood. I'm feeling really euphoric right now. I mean, I'm feeling amazing, and I actually might go to the mall today, I'm agoraphobic. I'm afraid to leave my house, but right now I feel so good. I want to leave my house, so I might go visit my parents because my parents are fucking old hippies from the 60s. They're 75 years old now, and they are badass. Sorry, my retainer keeps falling out. And I am blessed to have parents like that. And I am also blessed to have subscribers like you guys. If you haven't subscribed and you like kratom, please subscribe. My subscriber count went up to 452, and then it just stopped. I want 500 subscribers. Just 500, then I'll feel like I've accomplished something. I'm not doing this for monetization because I hate when there's commercials in the middle of a good video. I'm doing this for the people that love kratom because I love kratom. And anyway, this is only my first cup of kratom of the day, and it's not going to be my last. And I take tea. I don't take capsules, I don't take pills, I don't take extracts. I take tea because tea goes straight to your brain. And for me it just I love the fact of having a warm cup of hot kratom tea in my hand all day. And another thing I learned through one of my subscribers is don't boil the water. Don't let it get to boiling. Get it to just about boiling. Get it hot. Hot enough to make a tea, to make it steep, but don't boil it. If you boil it, you kill the alkaloids. Thank you for the subscriber who reminded me of that, because I totally spaced that out. And so what I do is I listen to my teapot, and when I start to hear, or when I start to see a little bit of steam, I pull it off and pour it in my cup, and I swear to Allah, God, whoever else you might worship, Jesus, I swear it makes a big difference, because those alkaloids are strong in my brain. And I am now 3 days off of my antidepressant, which is amazing, because I was super, super depressed. And I equate that all to kratom. And I'm one of the very few men who have fibromyalgia. And for those of you who don't think fibromyalgia is a real disease, fuck you. It is a disease, and it hurts. It affects mostly women for some reason. But I know women who fight it and use kratom to fight it, because it's such a good analgesic properties. And I just learned that analgesic means pain relieving. Like an aspirin is an analgesic, anti-inflammatory. I believe kratom is anti-inflammatory too. I have no proof of that, but I believe it is. It relaxes my spastic stroke arm, and I just want to say, if you like kratom, please subscribe to this channel. I'm not into begging, but it would make a big difference to me, and I really love making videos, and I love connecting with you all. So I hope you all have a great rest of your week. I don't know what today is, I never do, because I'm retired. Anyway, peace out, love y'all.